right, ladies and gentlemen. So it seems like pretty much every single candidate has some kind of scandal or situation, and adding on top of the scandal involving the ADLF, California mayor has come out. A California mayor has come out and said Trump is not welcome in the city, which I think should also lead to legal ramifications and criminal charges. A California mayor says Republican presidential frontrunner Donald Trump is not welcome in her city because his campaign's hate speech and implicit calls for violence. Was in a column from the Advocate, Mayor Lindsey Horvath, my apologies, of West Hollywood. I'll show it to you in a second. My computer's kind of getting hacked and everything else. You know how it is, ladies and gentlemen. They don't like me. So, anyways, this is the story. And I repeat the person's name so that you know. Lindsey Horvath of West Hollywood. Basically says that California's Republican frontrunner Donald Trump is not welcome in her city because of his campaign's hate speech and implicit calls of violence. Along with that, of course, we have that she doesn't like his blasted rhetoric on Muslims, immigrants, and women. She basically says, I firmly believe it is the responsibility of those of us in leadership to use our words and actions wisely, Horvath said, or wrote. So evidently she wrote this. I thought she spoke it. But anyways, that's why I took the opportunity to express how deeply disturbed I am by the Trump presidential campaign and to call out their destructive tactics. The campaign has gone beyond its right to express a political point of view or policy differences, which we all have to greater or lesser degrees. The hate speech and implicit calls of violence coming from Trump and his campaign are beyond the pale and have no place in our community or our country, or in our country. Horvath also wrote a letter to the GOP frontrunner making clear that she is disturbed, quote unquote, by his campaign. So I'm going to guess disturbed by his campaign. So I'm going to guess, ladies and gentlemen, that Trump will probably not win California. But you know what? I hope he does. Just to piss him off. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I really am, but what the liberals have done to this country for their globalists in other decades and in other centuries would have gotten people hung outside their office. I'm not saying that for political speech. I'm not saying that for hatred or hate speech. I'm saying what these people have done to this country and all the others that these groups of people have been allowed to take control of has basically politically murdered the economy. They've politically murdered the people. They've raped the land. They've killed every hope and prayer that everybody has, and yet these people are now allowed to just keep their jobs and everything else. I really hope there is a chance that Trump will win, because I really do believe, despite his rhetoric of being, a celebrity and Clinton's inside person in the campaign, if he actually wins, I got a funny feeling these guys are screwed, and I think they know it. I think they know that it's game over. You know, their 3 lives are up, and it's game over at that point. Because I think, despite him being a flip-flopper and a potential liberal, I think he has made money, and of course he's made money. And I think one of the ways he's made money is by controlling the situation from his standpoint. Anybody who does not agree with him, well, time to do a few years. I mean, we've seen that in his campaign 2-3 times over already. We've seen it for his campaign manager who came out and said that he didn't want to be in it, that Trump didn't really want to win the presidency and this and that, and all of a sudden a charge came up that his campaign manager had batteried a woman. Who do you think set that one up, folks? I think that is the resolution of the Trump presidency. If you fuck up under Trump, if you have fucked up under Trump, pardon my language, folks, that's it. That would be it, folks. And I think these goody-goody two-shoe liberals who have gotten away with all the rape and pillage of their countrymen, who have put people in prison for shit they know they haven't done anything wrong on, but they've just sat there and they've tortured, and they've allowed their police to torture, and they've allowed all these bad things to happen with their religions and all this other shit to just happy-go-lucky go away. I think he's starting to scare the shit out of him, because I think at least half of what he's saying is true as far as what he will actually do. And I think they honestly know it is game fucking over. You know what? He might not be a great businessman, but guess what? He can get results.